Demolition crews are at the White House East Wing. A new, privately funded state ballroom is planned. It is to be roughly 90,000 square feet and have hundreds of seats. This is a recent report of what's happening. Crews began visible demolition on 20th of October 2025. The project is described publicly as a privately funded state ballroom, with an estimated cost in the $200 to $250 million range. Officials say private donors will pay, but full donor lists have not yet been released. The plan calls for a new state ballroom and an expanded East Wing footprint to be about 90,000 square feet total. Public statements have described ballroom capacities from several hundred to 999 guests in different briefings. The East Room will remain, but the new space will be far larger. The project was announced earlier in 2025. Site preparation and groundbreaking activities were reported in September, and visible demolition work was reported in October. Officials called initial work site prep and said construction approvals follow standard review. When it comes to approvals, some questions are central. The National Capital Planning Commission reviews federal projects in D.C., but officials say demolition and site preparation don't require NCPC sign-off. Construction plans do. Preservation groups say large changes to historic buildings usually invite detailed review and public comment. The White House describes the ballroom as privately funded, saying companies have pledged in-kind contributions, with an HVAC maker confirming equipment donations. However, full donor lists and contracts were not published at the time of reporting. That lack of full disclosure has raised transparency questions. It is worth knowing that the East Wing dates to the early 1900s with major mid-century modifications. The East Room has traditionally hosted state functions for about 200 guests. This new ballroom multiplies that capacity and represents the most significant structural change in decades. Offices that sit in or near the East Wing are moving. The site prep has included tree clearing and fencing. Security and logistics are being coordinated with protective services and contractors as work progresses. Responses to this development are split. Supporters call it a modernization and say private funding protects taxpayers. Critics worry about speed, transparency, and preservation, and the historic preservation advocates want a formal review of plans before irreversible demolition continues. As work continues at the White House, there is a list of uncertain items surrounding this event. Items like the full donor list and contract terms, the exact final plans and renderings filed for approval, the final timeline for construction and completion, and the official plan filings and public review documents are on the list and are watched out for. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, follow us for more trending news and updates.